Have you ever wondered what it was like for the very first humans to hunt? Forget about bows, arrows, or even spears. We're talking about a time long before any of that. A time when our ancestors were just starting to figure out how to get a meaty meal. This is the incredible story of the first hunters. Let's travel back in time, maybe 2 or 3 million years ago. Our early relatives, like Australopithecus and early Homo species, weren't the top predators. Far from it. They were small, didn't have sharp claws or teeth, and were on the menu for many larger animals. So how on earth did they start eating meat, a crucial step that fueled the growth of our brains? The answer is surprisingly clever. They were master scavengers. Imagine a vast African savanna. A pride of saber-toothed cats has just taken down a huge prehistoric buffalo. They eat their fill and move on, leaving behind a carcass. This is where our ancestors saw their opportunity. But it wasn't easy. They'd have to compete with hyenas, giant vultures, and other scavengers, all much better equipped for the job. So, what was their secret weapon? Teamwork and tools. They didn't have much, but they had each other. Working in a group, they could create a commotion, yell, and throw rocks to scare off other animals just long enough to get to the leftovers. And this is where the first real technological breakthrough happens: stone tools. By striking one rock against another, they created simple, sharp-edged flakes. These weren't fancy, but they were revolutionary. With these sharp stones, they could slice through tough hides and cut meat off the bone far more efficiently than with their bare hands and teeth. They could also crack open bones to get to the rich, nutritious marrow inside, a superfood for the developing brain. This was a game changer. It meant they could process a carcass quickly and carry away high-energy food to a safer place. This strategy of power scavenging was the first step. They weren't just passively finding scraps. They were actively competing for them. They had to be observant, tracking predators from a distance, waiting for the perfect moment to dash in. It required intelligence, communication, and a whole lot of courage. Over hundreds of thousands of years, this evolved. As our ancestors got bigger, smarter, and better at making tools, they slowly transitioned from scavenging to active hunting. The first hunts were likely not for massive mammoths, but for smaller, slower animals. They might have used their group coordination to corner an animal or drive it into a natural trap, like a bog or off a small cliff. This is called persistence hunting. Think about it. Humans are not the fastest runners over short distances. But we are exceptional at running for a very, very long time, especially in the heat. We can sweat to cool down, while many animals have to pant. Early humans could have literally run their prey to exhaustion. Imagine a small group tracking an antelope for hours under the hot sun, until the animals simply collapse from heat and fatigue. No fancy weapons needed, just incredible endurance and determination. This shift from scavenger to hunter was one of the most important moments in our entire history. It provided a reliable source of high-quality protein and fat, which allowed our brains to grow larger and more complex. Hunting also required sophisticated planning, cooperation, and communication, pushing our social and cognitive skills to new levels. It's what set us on the path to becoming who we are today. So the next time you see a documentary about lions or wolves, take a moment to appreciate our own ancestors. They weren't the strongest or the fastest, but through sheer brain power, teamwork, and a few sharp rocks, they carved out a place for themselves in a dangerous world and kick-started the incredible journey of humanity. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey back in time fascinating, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about our amazing past. See you in the next one.